Hi everybody, welcome to episode 13 of the Teesside Business Podcast. Today we're very lucky to have Mike from Breakout Media joining us.
Hello.
Mike is, we're in a very unique opportunity because Mike has just started his own business and gone out on his own within SEO marketing, so we've got a lot in common, so we're really looking forward to speaking to Mike on his business transition and things like that. Thanks very much for being with us, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, but as always, jump straight in. If you want to tell us a little bit about your career history and how you came to start Breakout.
Cool. Career history, to be honest, has always really been in sales.
Yep.
I left school 16 after my GCSEs.
Yep.
I used to have a really bad stutter.
All right, okay.
And then I got a job in telesales.
Not ideally a good combination.
Not ideal. Everyone thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like Gareth Gates. When I picked up the phone, suddenly I could talk.
All right, okay.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I surprised myself because previously I couldn't even order a Chinese.
Yeah.
I hated the phone.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, when I was talking to people
are just
I could do it.
fantastic.
So I kind of, I got my first real sales job was selling kitchens.
Oh, right, okay.
16, 17-year-old. And then I started working for a company called Ask Alex, which was kind of internet marketing, basically. So an online business directory.
Yeah.
And I started to build a bit of knowledge of online.
Yep.
Probably less knowledge then, it was just more sales, more selling.
Yeah.
I sold to loads of accountants, funnily enough. I don't know why. That was my first sale, so I just carried on with accountants.
Yeah. Stick to it. Yeah, get success with it.
Yeah, and I kind of worked my way up in that business really, and then one of the directors of the business left to start another business called InfoServe.
Yeah. Which is based over in Darlington.
Based in Darlington, yeah.
I was actually looking at the building the other day because the building's still
in Morton Park.
Yeah, it's still empty. And I was thinking, God, that'd be a lovely building. That I can't, because it's expanding that park all the time. I can't believe no one snapped it up as a building, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's great. They started off in Stockton.
Yeah. Do you know Kev O'Brien then? Because he was linked with InfoServe.
Yeah, Kev was there. I think Kev was there for about 6 months, and then I think he left to sell stationery.
Yeah. I think he went from like Kev. Obviously, he's done a previous podcast. If anybody wants to check out Kev O'Brien, currently working in security. I think he went to sell timeshare of all things from that.
Right. Okay.
And then he went into sales station because that's how I know Kev.
Right.
We got our first job, one of our jobs for a Lyrical together. We started on the first day.
Right. Okay.
And that's how we know each other. But
he's a good lad, Kev. He's got about 15 kids or something, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got about 4,000 kids. I think he thinks they're like Pokemon. He's just got to get them all. But
collect them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was at InfoServe for 7 years.
Yep.
Which in that kind of environment is quite high staff turnover.
Yeah.
But what you tended to have, you had kind of the top people who would stay and earn good money.
Yeah. It was kind of trial by fire type of thing.
Yeah, essentially. And I worked my way up there. I think I was the first salesperson to bring in like £1 million worth of revenue.
Oh, bloody hell.
And they put out a press release and got me like a tailored suit and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then from seeing that, from a company who saw the press release, then contacted me to see if I wanted to go work for them.
Yeah.
And that took me to CU.
Yeah.
Who were probably the first SEO company.
Yeah.
That I work for.
Yeah.
Not the first SEO company.
Is it still kicking around, CU?
Yeah, they are. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
And they kind of took me from at InfoServe, was very much selling products for say £500 a year.
Yeah.
CU was selling things for £2,000 a month.
Yeah.
And real kind of high level SEO. Yeah. And I think there is where I started to learn about marketing.
Yeah.
And it became less telesales. InfoServe was 100 calls a day. It was smashing through the phones.
Yeah.
This was 10 calls a day, targeting new people.
Yeah.
And learning how to develop solutions for the customer, essentially.
Yeah.
So whilst I wasn't doing the work, I was learning what was being done.
Yeah, you needed to understand what your customers needed and how, what products fit those businesses, etc.
That was a great time there. Actually, I'm still friends with a lot of people from there.
Yeah.
A great company to work for. But in that time, I was there for 4 years. An old colleague of mine had started a company.
Yep.
Someone I went to school with, and then I worked with him in InfoServe for a long time. But he'd set up his own marketing company. And I think at the time, they were probably similar to an InfoServe. They were selling things at the lower end.
Yeah.
And they wanted to be what I would say a proper marketing company.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and they kind of contacted me and said, you know, what do you think you could do for us? Would it be of interest? My remit, I guess, was to turn them into a national marketing company, as opposed to kind of a local, more of a local business, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went there. I went to work for them, and that was a brilliant time. They were incredible people to work for, really. Yeah. They allowed me to pretty much design my own role.
Yeah, yeah.
Could do pretty much what I wanted.
Yeah.
Essentially. And yeah, we had some really good success.
Yep.
But then I think you just get to a point where you're thinking, I need to do something here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I said, I'd been there a while, but I remember it was only 6 weeks ago. I remember walking home from work one day and just thinking, you know what, the only difference between the people who run that company, who again really good friends, and me, is that a few years earlier they took a risk. Yeah, yeah. They took a risk and decided to go out on their own. Yeah, yeah. And at the time, you know, we just had a new baby. Yeah, yeah. We just bought a new house. A house that, to be honest, we can't really afford. Yeah, but we stressed ourselves. It was a scary time. Yep. But I thought, you know what? The mortgage is only ever going to go up. Yeah, yeah. The kids are only ever going to cost me more money as they get older. Yeah, that's true. So if not now, then when? Yeah, yeah. So I decided to take the jump. Okay. And as of Thursday, June the 1st, Breakout Media was born. Positioning ourselves really as kind of the search engine specialists, really. Yeah, yeah, within SEO, yeah. SEO is our main thing that we offer. I think that's what we have real expertise in. Yeah. And yeah, that's where it is. So breakdown for a lot of people, obviously, a lot of people who listen to the podcast have probably heard of SEO. Yeah. But it's always kind of one of those things that a lot of marketing companies offer, but it's always seemed like a bit of a black magic type thing. Yeah. Basically, for anybody who doesn't know, break us down what SEO is and why a business should have it. Right. Any business that has a website wants people who are looking for their services to be able to find them. Yep. Ideally. If you don't want people to find you when looking for your services, then why have you got a website? Why have you got a website? Yeah. You know, if you work just by referral and all that kind of thing, great. But if you've got a website, you want people to see it. Yep. SEO or search engine optimization is how you optimize that website to be found on Google. Yeah. So you might have 100 different competitors. Yeah. But there's only 10 spots in the top 10. Yep. So the question is, why should Google put you in the top 10 as opposed to anybody else? Yep. And it's that kind of simple, really. Yeah, yeah. People do talk about SEO like it is some kind of dark art. Yeah, yeah. To be honest, in the past, it kind of was. Yeah, yeah. Because what you were doing is Google set out its guidelines for what it was looking for. Yeah. But that takes ages to hit them guidelines. Yeah, yeah. So you'd find a way around them guidelines. Yeah. Loopholes. There's always loopholes. Yeah, yeah. So Google would say you need to have keywords on your website. Yeah. And what you'd do is, again, this is 10 years ago. Yeah, really, you'd spam loads of keywords into your website. Yep. So my homepage 10 years ago would have looked like, if you're looking for an SEO company in Teesside, we are the best SEO company in Teesside. SEO companies in Teesside. Do you know what I mean? Just spamming that keyword. Yeah. And that's what you did, really. Yeah. Google looked at things like link building. Yep. So, again, if you want Google to think you're relevant, Google needs to see who else thinks you're relevant. Yep. So you'd go out and you'd buy loads of links. And you'd buy 100 links a month. Yeah, yeah. And you'd find loads of dodgy websites you could get them for. Yeah, yeah. Because what Google looked at was the volume of links that you had. Yeah. And that was it. Yep. So SEO was a dark art because the SEO companies knew where to get the links. Yeah. And the businesses didn't. Yeah, yeah. Essentially. But then everything changed. Yeah, as it does. As it does. So people tell you that usually to try and sell other services. Yeah, yeah. That SEO won't work because Google's always changing its guidelines. Yeah. Google's never changing its guidelines. Yeah, yeah. Google is simply trying to wait, closing the loopholes. Yeah, yeah. It's just trying to find, ideally, I imagine, and obviously we're not experts in it, but the whole point behind Google is that when you search for something, it wants to show you the most relevant information for what you're looking for. Like if I search for SEO companies Teesside and it started throwing bakeries back at me, then it'd be useless as Google as a service. Exactly. So I suppose it's like, you
you need play by the rules, but you still need to be relevant for what you're looking for, kind of.
So Google wants to give the customer the most relevant result.
Yeah.
The question is, how does Google see you as relevant?
Yep.
So, what I always say, and this hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Google looks at the structure of your website.
Yep.
It looks at the content on your website, and then it looks at any links going back to your website.
Mm-hmm.
So structure is things like your metadata, coding in the back of the website, title tags, H1 tags, all those type of things.
And that should have been sorted out, I imagine, from if you've gone to somebody to build your website who knows what they're doing, this should have been sorted out.
Sort of.
Well, I suppose it depends. Like, obviously, there's very big differences in there. Like, some people just build websites that look pretty, and then that's it. And then it's other people's jobs to get it found, I suppose. So,
pretty much all websites are built SEO friendly these days. If you're using WordPress or using Magento, those kind of things, they're built to be search engine friendly. So it means every page will have a unique title tag. As an example.
Mm-hmm.
So if you sell boys' clothing, your title tag would say boys' clothing. And those things will be sold as SEO friendly. That is very different to SEO. Because boys' clothing might be so competitive that you're never going to get found for it.
Which it probably is, to be fair.
Because it's filled with Next and Marks and
Spencer's and Top Man and
all those kind of places. Marks and Spencer's, do they sell boys' clothing?
I don't know. They're good out of business, so.
But you might have a niche. Mm-hmm. So your niche might be, you might sell, kids' clothes. It's like £80 for a polo shirt. So maybe boys' designer clothing is a bit different. Maybe designer clothing for 8-year-olds is different. Do you know what I mean?
So, it's trying to get it down into like exactly what you do. That's different from, you don't want to be like, and it's the same kind of thing that we talk about with social media. A lot of people think that broader is better. So, for example, they'd like using boys' clothing as an example. They would want to have anybody as an interest in boys' clothing, which is massive. But what you really want is somebody who, like, you want a Captain America top for your 8-year-old boy kind of thing. So you want to be like setting stuff up so it's narrow to find the people who are looking for those specific things, I imagine.
There are the phrase, there are riches and niches.
If
you can find your niche. I'm a bit of a comic book geek. I will look on Google for superhero t-shirts. So if you sell superhero t-shirts, and they're just under a category called t-shirts, I'm never going to find you. I'm never going to find you. But if I can find a retro Batman t-shirt, I will buy that t-shirt off. Do you know what I mean? So it's about finding out your niche, and then targeting your website at that niche. So that's in terms of the structure, like say metadata and all that kind of thing. But then you've got content. So say you have a category called superhero t-shirts. And then you have that split down into a subcategory of DC superhero t-shirts. If you just have a list of all your products on there, it's not going to get found.
No.
There should be 1-2 paragraphs at the top of the page. Saying, here at Superhero T-Shirts are us, we've been providing the best t-shirts for over 25 years. Whether you are looking for a Batman, a Superman, a Captain Marvel t-shirt, you will find your range. Look below to find for all kids' sizes. Do you know what I mean? Luckily, I don't write content. But
I know what you're saying.
But there's something on there, again, to tell Google and to tell the customer what that page is relevant for. So that's the idea. Structure and content is you telling Google what you do. The link building is more complex. Because links are someone else telling Google what you do. So how you do that is through content marketing. And content marketing is the key to any kind of SEO campaign, especially if you target it nationally. Because it's more competitive. You need those links. To your site. So again, if we use superhero t-shirt, you could write a blog. Who would win a fight between Batman versus Superman? Now, as we all know, it's Batman. However, if you write that blog, you can then promote that blog, do some proper research into it, and write it like a proper, a proper article. You can then promote that to different superhero blogs. There will be bloggers out there talking about these kind of things. You contact them, say, we've wrote this content. We think your readers would like it. What do you think? They share that content. Repost it on their blog and say at the bottom, article above provided by Superhero T-shirts for the best in superhero T-shirts. And that links through to their website. What Google sees is someone else who is an authority within your sector is now citing you as an authority within your sector. So if you produce content that genuinely adds value, so not doing a blog where it's just new item in stock, or so-and-so is being promoted, that's like a company news, which is all good. But content marketing for SEO is about creating content where
it's valuable for your customer, like what you would want to read as a customer.
Exactly. And if it's valuable for your customer, then it's valuable for the readers of 20 other blogs. So if they repost it, link back. That's how it works.
But it's always kind of that thing, isn't it, that people have always got that disconnect. Like, what they post on their own stuff is generally like sales message after sales message. Like, buy this t-shirt, buy this t-shirt, buy this t-shirt. Or, spamming, which you can't do anymore, but email marketing that was just sales messaging. And all that happens is when you ask these people, well, do you open Groupon emails? Oh, no, I haven't opened one for years. So why are you doing it? And there's about that funny disconnect, I suppose. So what's kind of like the gap in the market currently for SEO? Because it's something that, as we move more and more, like, to the web, etc., there's umpteen businesses that are currently being affected by it all the time. It's becoming a web world. It's just the fact. What's the kind of gap? Where is the market currently, and what should people be doing better?
It is a massively saturated market. We've talked about this with other people who come on the podcast and things like that. In marketing, there is a million companies out there that all say they do everything. And if you just got to search it in Teesside, and they'll all pop up. There's probably 1-2 feet from you as we speak. There's hundreds. And the reason why, and I understand it because it's the same reason I'm in it. Is it's a fairly, if you have a bit of expertise, you can do it. So my last company was started by two people who were working for someone else, who then thought, you know what, I can do this myself. Started their company. I'm someone who's working for someone else. And then thought, you know what, I can do this myself. So the entrance to market isn't that difficult. The problem with anything like that, where you've got a low entry to market, is there's obviously lots of people out there who want to make some quick money. Who want to make some easy money. It's not easy money, but there's always going to be that, I guess, in any business. And the trouble I think SEO has is sometimes people think it's not tangible. They pay you the money and they think, what are you actually doing? And I think maybe where some other companies have fallen short is on the reporting side of things. The feedback I get from customers is, I've been paying someone £1,000 a month. I don't know what he did for me. Okay, that's not good. Do you know what I mean? And I think the whole black art element of SEO, it's easy then for a company to play on that. Be this, you let us get on with it. Don't you worry.
Bamboozle
about
people.
And you make it sound so complex that people don't know. So actually, they don't want the reports because they don't think they're going to be able to understand them. And I think people use that as a bit of a way out, really. For me, I have a friend of mine called John Doyle. He's a business coach and he does all sorts of things. And I was talking to him, and he said, you have to build a business on values. Everything should go through the filter of your values. And every decision you make, think, does this fit in with that? And I think that's what I've kind of seen really is I want to base the company based on our values. And we've kind of picked three, which is trustworthy, transparent, and transformative. We will tell you what is going to be best for your business, not necessarily what is best for ours. So I was literally just speaking to someone half an hour ago who wanted to do an SEO campaign, and they had a budget that would never get them any results. And we kind of said we could have pretty easily took that money. And thought, you know what, we're a new business. We'd be able to give a report and say what we've done. But we wouldn't be able to do enough
to give them a return.
So we turned that business down. Now her answer was, okay, when I have more budget, I'll come back to you. Because hopefully she trusts that.
We will just take her money.
That we're not going to take the money. But that would have been easy.
And
it's also tempted.
Of course, you know what I mean.
Same
as any business book.
You've got a mortgage and all that kind of thing. But we want to be trustworthy. So we will tell customers not always what they want to hear.
Yeah.
But we'll tell them actually what's realistic, what's doable.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing more worrying. Not worrying. What's the right word? Disheartening.
Yeah.
In my last business, not even that business, I think when I was working for CU.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a guy and he said to me, all SEO companies, they're awful. They're absolutely terrible. They take your money and they never do anything for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what have you been trying? And the guy sold ink cartridges. So he sold. And he said, this company told me they could guarantee I could be found for ink cartridges.
Yeah.
I said, you can't. He was like, what do you mean you can't? I said, well, look who's on there. The competition, it's Amazon, it's Argos.
HP,
you've got no chance of ever being found for ink cartridges.
No.
And he was like, no one's ever said that to me before. I was like, right, okay. What we could get you found for is maybe LaserJet ink cartridges.
Yeah.
Multicolour ink, whatever the terms are.
X, Y, and Z.
We kind of did the research and said, right, this is actually what's possible.
Yeah.
It's going to take 6 months.
Yeah.
So you need to be willing to spend for 6 months before you see any return.
Yep.
It's going to cost you £1,000 a month.
Yep.
He worked nationwide, very competitive sector.
Yeah.
But we told him actually what was doable.
Yeah.
He's like, perfect. He's like, brilliant. Finally, I found someone I can trust.
Yep.
Brilliant. He said he was going away. Call me back in 2 days. We'll take the payment. Get it all sorted. I called him back. He went, I've signed up with someone else. And I went, right? And he went, so why? He said, they told me they could get me number 1 for ink cartridges. And I went, right. So your big concern is SEO companies telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And not being trustworthy.
Yeah. And
so when someone says to you, you can't, it's not possible, it's not going to happen. Oh, but he was confident he could do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
How much have you signed up for? 12-month contract, £2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll speak you in 12 months and you haven't got any.
24 grand is gone. And you know what? In 12 months' time, his answer will be, I was ripped off, I don't trust any SEO companies anymore.
Yeah, of course.
And that is just the reality.
Yeah.
So it's disheartening when that kind of thing happens, but you've just got to trust it, do things the right way, good things will come.
Well, it's always the kind of thing we say this about any kind of marketing, all marketing has the possibility to work.
Yeah.
Even print marketing, has even leaflets, you know what I mean, has the possibility to work.
I was speaking to someone just the other day who spends £16,000 a year on roundabouts.
Yep.
And says he gets a return.
Yep. One of our customers loves roundabouts.
Yeah.
Does like a lot of everything else, but loves roundabouts as well. But you should be able to turn around and go, well, what was your actual return on that investment?
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, well, it works. Well, what does it look like in pounds and pence?
Yeah.
So I've spent X and I've got back Y.
Yeah.
And any marketing company should be able to tell you that. If they can't, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Especially if it's in digital. There is no company that works in digital that shouldn't be able to tell you those figures.
Yeah.
Whether it be PPC, whether it be, whether it be social, whether it be SEO, no matter what it is, they should be able to tell you what you get. And if they don't, then they're trying to hide something from you.
Yeah.
It's just at the end of the day.
Everything is trackable.
Yeah.
That's what I say to everyone is analyse your data.
Yep.
The problem is when people don't analyse the data.
Yep.
So one of the things we base what our reports are based on, let's say, is that transparency. So every month we will say, right, this is the work we've done.
Yep.
This is what impact it's had on your rankings. Mm-hmm. This is what impact it's had on your traffic.
Yep.
This is what impact it's had on your sales.
Yep.
This is what we'll plan to do next month.
Okay.
So you'll always know what we've done, how it's worked, and then what's planned.
Yeah.
The hard part of that, if someone's e-commerce, if they sell online, it's easy. You spent this, you've got this back.
Yeah.
If someone's service-based,
yeah.
what you can track with SEO is rankings and traffic.
Yep.
If your traffic's increased, your rankings have increased, and you're telling me you're getting no inquiries, it's difficult.
Well, you can still track inquiries because you can track through Google Analytics. If they've got a contact form, etc.
Yeah, you can set your goals on your contact form. You can put call tracking on there.
Yeah. There's a load of stuff.
You can do all sorts of things. Yeah. So everything should be trackable. Mm-hmm. Everything can be monitored to see if it's working.
Yeah.
So that's what we base everything on, basically.
Pretty much as it should be. So when it comes to the type of companies that should be using SEO, I know that pretty much everybody should be using it, but are there some that it should lean towards more, especially within Teesside? Is it more geared towards people who do sell online, or is it people who sell services? Is there a certain sectors that it's better for than others? Or
it's hard to say really. If you use your website to drive inquiries, it will work for you.
Yeah.
You know? If you are business to business and you're in a sector that goes mainly on referral, if you're in a sector where where it's so niche that actually no one's looking for it, and it's only going to be based on referral, then there's other ways to do it. You know? But if you are, let's say, if you're based in Teesside, if you are a local service, you know, if you are a builder and you want to be found in Middlesbrough, there will be people searching for builders in Middlesbrough on Google.
Absolutely.
So my question: do you want them to find you or not?
Now
the question might be, okay, well then how much does it cost to get you there? And how long does it take to get you there? And if those don't work out, well then they don't work out. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. There's a certain amount of time and investment is took. I say it takes 3 to 6 months to kind of climb your way up the rankings on Google.
Which, say with any marketing, it takes time for it to be effective.
Yeah, it does. So what we always say to people, like, say, have that money set aside before you're expecting to see a return. But if you are a business and you want people to pick up the phone and ring you, then
you should be doing it.
You absolutely should be doing it. You know,
fantastic.
People are often, I think, what sometimes people are confused is they think that because they have a website, they will automatically appear on Google. And the justification I always get is, no, if I type in, you know, Mike Lewis Building Services, I'm there, number one. It's your company name. What if I don't? What if I'm just looking for a builder in Stockton?
Or
Builders North East. Or Builders
people don't magically guess your name kind of thing.
Or not builders. If I'm more specific, I'm searching for, you know, house extensions. I'm searching for loft renovations, all that kind of thing. It's that's the next big thing that I see people failing with. Is in this. I put a post on LinkedIn about this the other day. In their services page. So if you've got a basic 5-page website, your homepage, services, about us, contact us, you know, whatever, you should have a page of content for every service. Because if Google wants to give the most relevant result for what someone is looking for, what's going to be more relevant? A services page that mentions 10 different services, or a page full of content about that service, with a how-to guide, with the common problems you see, with content jam-packed about, like, say, loft renovation or those type of things. So, yeah, I'm going to get off topic there. But that's just
happens to everybody.
It's a big mistake I see people making is not having pages.
So, what would be like the top 3 mistakes that you do see companies making when it comes to SEO? That they can do themselves, that they can fix, you know, within 10, 20 minutes or something.
2, metadata and content. Your title tag is an easy thing to change on your website. It will take you 2 minutes. Go on a page, change title. Structure it as your primary search term and then your secondary search term. So it's asking yourself the question, what would I want someone to type in to find this page? Okay. Have that in your title tag. Google only looks at the first 60 characters, so keep it fairly short. But primary search term, secondary search term, have that. You know, people have a home page and just have the company name as the title. People are going to find you anyway looking for your company name. It's your web address. You know, have on your homepage something generalising. What are you? You know, so for me it would be SEO Northeast, for example. You know, because that's what I do. I do SEO and I want to cover. I cover nationwide, but realistically, inbound inquiries are going to come to the Northeast. You know, that's just how it works. So having title tags, you don't need to go dead technical into the coding. Change your title tags. It's simple. It'll take you 20 minutes. And again, have content. Have content. When you look at that website, ask yourself the question: why would Google choose this over anybody else? Does it show that I know what I'm talking about? Does it show that I offer the service? Does it show that I'm an authority on that service? If it doesn't, write content to show that. And it is kind of that simple. You know, the more competitive the sector, the harder it gets.
Of course.
So that's when we get into looking at things like competitor analysis. So you might have 300 words of content, which is best practice. But if everyone in the top 5 has 500 words of content, Google's telling you what it's looking for. Go write 500 words and write it better than them. I'll write 550 words. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes I think, certainly locally, certainly in Teesside, just doing things best practice, 9 times out of 10, will get you on the first page of Google. Best practice, have titles, have content. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the whole 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
80% of results will come from
20% of what you do.
20%.
Yeah.
That 20% for SEO, get the basics right.
Yeah.
Structure and content. If you can do that, it'll work.
Yeah.
When you're targeting nationally, that's when it's more link building, that's when it's more competitor analysis.
Yeah. Well, the competition gets bigger, so the work has to get bigger. Yeah,
exactly,
obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, top 2 tips for me would always be structure and content.
Oh, fantastic. So if anybody's listening and they're wanting to do it, start right now. So let's talk about like business in Teesside as a whole. So, obviously the whole show is always geared towards like business in Teesside, like trying to highlight people, giving everyone the best chance. It's a great area for business completely. What do you think's good and bad in the local area? Like what we're doing really well, what can we kind of improve on a little bit like in the business community?
Yeah. I think the digital sector is massive in Teesside.
Yeah. It's
becoming such a hotspot, I think, even kind of nationwide.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was speaking to someone off LinkedIn the other day who put on a request on LinkedIn for any web design companies.
Yeah.
And this was a guy down south.
Yeah.
He said about 80% of his messages from web design companies came from Teesside companies, which he was amazed at.
Yeah.
But it's good if you're in London because you get Teesside prices.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of people are starting to look at, especially web-based stuff. You get Teesside prices, but like London pricing is ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus, we've got such a hotbed. There's so many there's full buildings like the Boho buildings, Fusion High, where you have to be a digital business to even get in. I know businesses that have gone to go get offices and they've turned them down purely on the fact that they're not, digital businesses. And obviously Teesside Uni is massively geared up to digital now.
Yeah.
So...
it is. I mean, I think they fund Fusion Hive, don't they?
They do, yeah. I don't know how it works, but I know they are involved with it.
The big thing, I mean, for me, like I say, because I've always worked nationally.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing. But just in the past month, in thinking about setting up a business, the areas of collaboration, the opportunities that have been there have just been immense.
Yeah.
I started going to a networking group called Deliberately Different.
It's
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's very different to other networking groups.
Yeah.
And in the past, if I had gone networking, I'd be very protective over my seat.
Yeah.
Don't encroach on what I do because you've got a web design seat and I've got an SEO seat and all that kind of thing.
For those who aren't listening, if you haven't done any kind of networking, it's sometimes common practice in networking groups to have, like, let's say Mike would have the SEO seat in that group, which means nobody else could join that group and have that also did SEO. The kind of bit where that's great in theory, the bit where it falls down in practice with digital, especially in Teesside, is most marketing companies do SEO and PPC and web and X, Y, and Z, everything else that they can.
Yeah.
So while they might have, I might say I do web design, you might do SEO, but really I'm also doing SEO.
And I'm also doing web design.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't really work.
It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't. But in going to this other networking group, I was introduced to other marketing companies.
Yeah.
And everyone seemed really open to collaboration.
Yep.
So I specifically mention them if I can. Pixel Media.
Yeah, of course.
Elevate Marketing.
Yep.
Just brilliant people.
Yeah.
Brilliant people who are... When I saw the opportunities there to collaborate with people. To actually develop some partnerships as opposed to, like I say, my past narrow-minded view would be, I don't want anything to do with them because I'm doing my thing, that changed a lot for me. And I think that's something I'm seeing. I don't know if that's exclusively in Teesside. But in meeting Teesside businesses, that's what I'm starting to see. Is everyone seems to be open to, can we work out some kind of partnership? Can we find a way that we can help each other? I think that's brilliant.
It is,
I think that's really brilliant. Obviously, me and you are trying to help each other.
Yeah, of course. We're going to do business together. We're very happy to pass it over, like our SEO work and stuff to you. Something we've talked about before is, that we've looked very often to find like an SEO company that we can pass our clients to. So it's great that we, always cards on the table. We do have a great working relationship. So what can we do better in Teesside? Like what we do in it's either a bit behind the times, or we can just do better, or are there any things that other areas do better than us? Like what can we do? I'm not asking you to fix Teesside, just like thoughts.
I think we can certainly be more outward looking. And actually maybe have a bit more ambition. A bit more. I know it's something that me and you have spoken about. I think people can be very
looking inward.
Looking inward, and actually there's a big wide world out there.
Yeah.
And the opportunities to work outside of Teesside.
Yeah.
That sounds bad actually. The opportunity for Teesside companies to grow actually can be massive.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, say, London prices that we spoke about, so people will use Teesside companies.
Yeah.
But prices in Newcastle are more expensive than Teesside.
Yeah.
Prices in Leeds, places that are closer. So I think there's lots of opportunities for Teesside companies to get work from other areas. As opposed to just focusing. So yeah, I mean, I would say to Teesside companies, it's that look for growth. You know. And I would recommend that.
Yeah. Fantastic.
That massively, really.
So. Moving forward, what kind of stuff's in the future for Breakout Media? What kind of companies do you want to work with and stuff like that? What does the future hold for you guys?
That's a big question.
What would you like to be known for in the local area?
Yeah, I mean, we want to be search engine specialists.
Yeah,
that's our key.
Yep.
SEO is our key. You know, I've been working hard been doing quite a lot of on LinkedIn for the past 6 months. To really kind of establish myself as a authority in that sector. You know, so just every day trying to post some value, every day trying to give free advice away. And I've done that for 6 months and not had anything back from it really. However, luckily enough, this past week, I've had about 3 or 4 inquiries coming from LinkedIn. It's been quite fortuitous that it's happened at the time. That
reap what you sow kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So again, that's more advice I give people. Put content out there and just keep doing it. Consistently do it, and you will get the returns. But like with SEO, it takes time. It takes 6 months of consistent work. You know. So yeah, for me it would be I want to be really the go-to guy for SEO. You know. And just establish myself as that kind of authority.
Brilliant.
In that sector, really. Ideally, I want to work with any. It's actually everyone, but e-commerce companies are the easiest people to track and to report on. Service-based companies can be easier to get results. You know, so both of them. If you offer a service to the public or you offer products to the public, then I think I can do some good stuff.
Fantastic. So we've got a feature at the moment we've been doing for the last couple of podcasts that we're going to continue to go on, which is ask ask a person the same 3 questions, so every week can see a link. So the 3 questions are: what does success look like to you? What failure have you had in the past that set you up for a big success? And these can either be in professional or personal lives, and one thing you're obsessed about. So we'll start with the first one of what success looks like to you, because it's something that's discussed between a lot of people, and it's different for every single person. You know, some people it might be when I've got £1 million in the bank. Some people, we've had people who've come on who structured their business who very much like, as long as I can pay my bills and I want to spend as much time with my kids as possible. And then other people who are saying, I want to build, you know, the biggest business of all time. You know, everybody's idea of success is different, and it shouldn't be just one thing. So we're always very keen to find out what it looks like to different people.
Have you heard Bob Dylan's quote?
It depends which one.
I think, what is it?
Is it if a man can...
If you can get up on the morning, go to bed at night, and in between do exactly what you want that day, you're successful. I like that. I like that. For me, it's to be honest, it's not about... I know some companies have these goals. We want to be the biggest agency. I'm still trying to work out what I actually want in terms of Breakout, in terms of how big I want to grow. But for me, what motivates me is work-life balance. Is my kids. I've got a 6-year-old daughter. I've got a 1-year-old daughter. I like to spend time with them. However, I also like to get away from them sometimes. For anyone who's got kids, you'll sympathise. So for me, it's all about work-life balance, really. And I think if I can stick to that, if I can wake up in the morning, go to bed at night, and in the middle say I've done what I wanted to do that day, I'll class myself a success. Brilliant.
It's a really good way to look at it. I would advise making sure that you've got kind of like what you want that to look like. Cause you know, we've had people on the podcast in the past who all of a sudden they turn around and the business was making them miserable because it had grown bigger than what they actually ever wanted it to. And they didn't really ever want that. What they wanted was to just spend time with the family. So they've like shut the business down and started again. Or done massive change arounds and stuff like that, you know. So it's always good to have that kind of like look out from the start.
Yeah.
So the second one is there's loads of quotes out there how success leads, failure leads to success, etc., and all that kind of thing. But has there been a specific kind of example in your personal or professional life where a failure has actually led to a success, maybe directly or indirectly?
Failure that's led to a success.
Or something that seemed like something terrible was happening at the time, but actually it turned out to be good in the long run. It's a tricky question to put somebody.
It is a tricky question.
I should maybe start sending these to people. Come on.
Well, you did give me a 2-minute warning.
I did,
before we started,
so
I should have thought about that.
Which is more than what some people do. So,
A failure. There's been lots of times where I think I have failed to close a deal.
Yep.
But in the long run, that's worked out. So, like I was saying earlier, with someone who we said, you know what, I don't think we can work together.
Yep.
Budget's too. I had a guy previously who we had quoted him. I can't remember. It was a national guy, sold building supplies and that kind of thing. And you know what? I didn't get the deal. Someone else closed him.
Yeah.
And I think again similar. They lied to him.
Yeah. Just told him what he wanted to hear.
On that day, I was gutted.
Yeah.
Because it was a decent deal. I think it was about £2,000 a month deal.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Which was big money for us at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get him, and I was gutted because I was so confident. I had a couple of meetings with him.
Yeah.
He came back 6 months later.
Yeah.
After his last SEO company hadn't worked, and he signed up for £5,000 a month.
God.
Which was the biggest contract I've ever. Actually, that was for another company. It wasn't my money.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest contract I've ever kind of brought in, and that was, you know what, he was impressed with. I didn't spit my dummy out. I didn't say, "Oh, well, I've had 3 meetings with you. What do you mean you're not doing the deal?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still in touch with him.
Yep.
And I think that's the thing. If you can conduct yourself with integrity in your failures, it'll work out.
It's a long game.
Life works out.
It does.
It just does. And that's my kind of theory on life. Life works out in the end.
Good things happen to good people.
Yeah.
Over time. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for us all. So, if people want to have a chat to you about SEO, whether it is for the companies or they just want to learn a little bit more, they might just want a bit of a hand.
Yeah.
Might not be in a place where they can use you, or whatever stage they are. What are the best places for them to find you?
Website is breakoutmedia.co.uk.
Yep.
The place where I know I'm meant to post my Facebook page and all that kind of thing.
You can put us wherever you like.
I haven't put anything on Facebook since I've started, which I need to sort that out. As a marketing company, I should be doing marketing. On LinkedIn, I'm really active.
Okay.
If you search for Mike Lewis on LinkedIn,
all these will be linked below. We'll link your profile, etc. below.
You will find me there.
Brilliant.
And that's probably the best place to contact me.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming on, Mike.
What was the third question?
Third question. Well done. Thanks. See, it's why we have you here.
I'm excited to talk about the third question.
The third question, which we ask everybody, is what one thing are you utterly obsessed by at the moment?
Game of Thrones.
Yes. I had a funny feeling you were going to say. Believe it or not, everybody who's listening to this, we were having a chat the other day. Mike has only just started to watch Game of Thrones. He's like the one person that hasn't seen it. So
I am 6 episodes into season 1.
So no spoilers in the comments, and we've had to try and do no spoilers in the office for
it. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it. Game of Thrones, I'm obsessed with all things Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Many people who will be listening will completely... Me, I can't wait for the last season.
We are finishing season 1 tonight. We're starting season 2.
I think you'll probably end up finishing them just as next year when the next final season comes. So it'll be good timing.
It's only on Now TV till the end of August, so I've got to watch 8 series before the end of August.
I think you can still get them on Sky and stuff like that. You'll be able to find them, Right,
that's it.
Mike, brilliant. Thanks so much for coming on. Thank you very much for reminding me about the last question. This has been episode 13 of the Teesside Business Podcast. The Teesside Business Podcast is promoted and produced by Person-to-Person Marketing. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.